Hello out there, this is William Holly from HNPS, the #1 turnkey investment company in New Jersey. What I'm going to try to do really quick is give you information on how to invest from out of state. I got a bunch of out of state investors. I got their main questions. I've screened them. They should be the most informative to you, whether you're investing with HNPS in New Jersey or you're investing with any operator outside of the state. So straight to the point, why invest out of state? I first tell all of my investors, you normally get here to New Jersey by default. If you can invest in your backyard, invest in your backyard. But some of the bullet points on why you shouldn't invest in your own state, if the returns aren't there. If you're looking for a higher return and it's not there, then you invest somewhere else. We have a lot of investors from Australia that come here to the States because they only make 4 to 5% on their properties, and here they can make in the double digits. So that's just an example of why you should invest in another state if it's too expensive. A lot of our New York investors, a lot of Wall Street guys who use their personal money to buy real estate, buy from us. They buy from us because it's too expensive in New York to buy, so they come here and use us. If you don't have a good operator, and I'm going to explain a little bit on what a good operator do and how he should perform in this 15-minute questionnaire. But a good operator is somebody that can find you deals, that can manage deals, that can do all that and make it a real turnkey process for you. And last but not least, if you don't like the upside of a place, and starting out for #1, I'm going to go into why Central New Jersey. Why Central New Jersey? Because we're 45 minutes from New York City. We're 30 minutes from Philadelphia. We're 45 minutes to an hour from our shore, and it has a great upside. I don't know if you know, but New Jersey is the second richest state in the country. So there's already jobs here. There's already employment here. So you're not banking on some huge influx of manufacturers or something to come to the state. They're already here. So what you want to find is a corner in New Jersey where there's some upside. That corner, that small spot is in Central New Jersey. The second question that our out-of-town investors ask, what kind of returns can I expect? Now this blows most people's heads off, but on a single-family house here in Central New Jersey, cash on cash, you get between 12 to 15%. Multifamily, and this was with management, real expenses, everything taken out. Multifamily, you get between 15 and 20%, which is some amazing deals. Really briefly, I want to show you how our brochure comes out and how the numbers look on it. So if you could bring the camera a little closer. Alright, so a real turnkey operator has a nice clean presentation. Alright, and on the one page you'll see how much the price is, what's the cash return, and what's the cap rate, straight to the point. Alright, you'll get some pictures of the property. Right here is the kitchen. You'll see the dining room, the living room, the backyard, just to give you some insight on the property. Right here you'll get all of the good details that you need about the property. Alright. And then most importantly, the numbers. Alright, going through the numbers really quick. This is how we lay all our numbers out. Starting from the top, $4,600 is your purchase, $15,000 is your renovation cost. We estimated $1,600 for your closing costs. $62,600 is what you'd be in this deal for. And then yearly wise, this is what you're looking at. $15,000 at $1,300 a month. We put a vacancy and maintenance in there of 1 month. Now this is money that will be saved, that we're saying you should save for a rainy day while the rents are coming in. Most operators, they skip some of this stuff out of the expenses to make the return seem higher, but this is how you want it to look. Utilities. On a single family here in Trenton, you don't pay for any utilities. It's kind of like almost a net lease for commercial prospects, but this is how the properties run on single family. You don't pay any utilities. Accounting. We put $125 in there for some accounting, $150 in there for some landscaping, and a leasing commission. Okay, so we estimate. We take a portion of your rents because you're going to have to pay for that place to be released. Now, does the tenants, do they always move out? No, but here's real numbers so that you don't dig in your pocket again and you know what to expect. The insurance estimate is $600. The estimated taxes is $3,600. Your property management fee for us to take care of everything on the property is $1,248. This is your net right here. This is what a real net looks like from you investing this amount. On the next page, we break the city up into sections. We tell you a little bit about the North Ward, South Ward, and East Ward, because more than likely you're out of state and you would like to know some of that stuff. So going through the rest, another question that you would want to ask your turnkey operator is how much volume can they handle? We ran out of deals last year. All right, we estimate that we do 120 deals a year. After we take in so many orders, we cut it off. For this year, for an example, we have 48 spots left on the estimated deals that we'll get this year. All right, if once those 48 spots fill up and we get investors who say that they're waiting on deals, we cut it off. What are the average property costs? The fourth question. For a single family house, everything in, this one is 62, we average it out at $60,000. For a multifamily, $75,000. How many units do we currently manage? We only manage 126 units currently, which is a very short amount. What happened with our operations is we produce such quality deals that the local investors normally take our deals away. Now we're switching more to a turnkey model so that turnkey investors can use our whole process. So what happened with a lot of our deals is we had deals for sale. The first day they went up for sale, local guys grabbed them up before the out-of-town investors could get them. So they didn't use our management service. This is why we manage such a small amount of units. And this is a good question. How many units does the management company manage? So you know what our infrastructure is and what kind of service you can get on your unit. For an example, if we're managing 1,000 units and you come in and we meet, and I say that we only have one maintenance guy, one secretary to manage all 500 of those units, there's some kind of imbalance there. And that's just a rule of thumb when looking at a management company. Look at their infrastructure and look at how many units they actually manage. Another good question is what's the vacancy rate? Now the vacancy rate on these 126 units is 3%. This is what our vacancy rate is. That's a pretty good vacancy rate on that amount of units. You also want to ask how long does it take to fill a unit? What's the average time? Normally it takes us between 30 to 36 days to fill a unit up. And why HMPS? And then very important because your operator is the guy that's going to produce you returns, the guy that you have to deal with, that has to have a lot of integrity. In our turnkey system, we have different LLCs, but we own all of them in a process. So for an example, where you buy the property from and you get the renovation work done and the property management is all in-house. So it's all company owned. So once we sell you a unit, we're not going to send it out to a subcontractor to manage it who has no responsibility to your relationship. So it's important that if you could do it, that you have a company that owns all the entities. Are there any investment options? Yeah, there's 3 options here for investment. You can loan HMPS hard money to flip deals is one of our options. The second option is you can buy properties direct. Like these properties that I'm showing to you, you can go and buy them direct. The third option is we're putting together a small fund to buy distressed multifamily buildings. And you can invest in that too. So when you come, you have options here on how you want to invest your money, which is a good thing. Another question that you want to ask if you're buying a property is, can it be liquidated, either through refinance or sale? All right, so for your safety, when you buy that property, ask, is there a way that I can get rid of this? Do you have a bank that will possibly refinance it? Is a good question that you would ask them front. When are your rent checks mailed out is a good question. So you want to know, when am I going to get my money from my rent? We mail our rent checks out on the 10th of the month and the 25th of the month. But check with your operator on when you should receive your money. Is New Jersey a landlord-friendly state? This is a big question that most people won't think about, but New Jersey is a landlord-friendly state. Normally, we file for eviction on the 10th of the month. If our rent isn't in by the 10th of the month, we send the eviction papers over, and we're in court by the 25th. If the tenant doesn't bring the court the money, then they have to get out. Right? Now, in a lot of states, that's just unheard of to be in court that soon, but that's a good question that you want to ask. How are the landlord laws in your state? Number 11, well, no, this is more like number 13. Are there other management companies in the town? And this is me again on your side. If you feel like you're not comfortable with the service that you're getting from the operator that you originally selected, it's a good idea to go on in that state to find out, is there somebody else to manage the property? All personalities don't match, and sometimes you have to have a plan B. We've never had that happen where someone looks for someone else. We try to take care of our clients, and it hasn't been a problem with us, but investing outside of the state, that's a question that you want to ask. How much is the management fee? Different companies charge different amounts. We charge 10%. If we manage more than one of your properties, we charge 8%, which is phenomenal for the service that we provide. How long, and this is the last one, has the operator been in business? We've been in business for 7 years. I believe if your operator hasn't been in business more than 3 to 4 years, factor some risk into your investment because their operations normally isn't as strong. And I say that because I know where I was at my third year in business, and I know that where we're at now in the impeccable service that we have. You should also ask for an endorsement. We've been in a couple national publications, all the way to national gurus who would endorse our services, and we would easily give that out. So without further ado, I hope that was helpful. Our number, if you want to call us, is 609-656-7602. And we'll put our website on the bottom of the page. If you want to check us out, just send us an email and we'll get right back to you. Thanks a lot.